some definitions. First one is the record, 资料录，我们翻成资料录 record. Well, it's horizontal records. Okay, so let me show. We use the Excel as examples. So okay, this one is a record. 横的，所以这一笔资料，这叫一笔资料，横的叫一笔资料，直的 is a column. We call it a field. Field. So next one is a field. 我们讲栏位，英文叫做 field. Field 是直的，纵行，中文里面横的叫做列，这叫一列，这叫一行，这叫一行，这叫一列。OK， primary key， OK， 这叫主键。什么叫主键 ？Well, a primary key is a field， 它是一个栏位，它是一个栏位名称。这个栏位名称 whose value are unique， 也就是说，在这个栏位里面所有填的 all the attributes for a column are unique. That means unique means different. There is no duplicate or the same number. 就是说，这个栏位里面的值不能是相同的。就你这个是规定，it's a rule that the designer ask or request the value of the key primary key column are unique。就说这个是你 designer 要求的。比如说这么讲，这个东西如果要填，比如说填 ID， 填你的这个身份证字号，那这里面的栏位的值，这身份证是不能有相同的。为什么要这样？The reason is to identify which record you are going to process， 对不对？也就是说，这里面的栏位如果都的值不一样，那你说，这个 ID 等于3，那你就要第几笔之类，你就ID 等于3就是它，ID 等于8就是它，对不对？不然的话，如果这边也3，这边也3 ，if there are two record with the same value, then if it's the 3 and here is 3, then we request the ID equal to 3. Then you cannot tell which one you are going to process. So the primary key is a field with unique value. 这样了解吗？这个很重要的观念这个叫主键key and primary key 主键。So, for example, ID identifier is most commonly used as the primary key. 就是像身份证，对，每一个人的身份证编号都是不一样的，你不能说有2个人的身份证号码是一样的。So, sometimes we may need a composite primary keys. They are a set of keys whose composite value are unique. That means sometimes you cannot find a single field with unique value, but you can find 2 or 3 columns or keys with the set becomes a unique one. Then it is a composite primary key. 所以你那个组件可能可以有2、3个栏位组成一个组件也可以的。也就是说，它的目的 ，the main purpose of a primary key is to distinguish which record you are going to process。它的目的就在辨认说我要处理哪一个 record， 就这样而已。The concept of a primary key is important. Okay. So if you know the concept of a primary key, then you can understand the following key. What is following key? a foreign key in the table must be a primary key of another table. Okay, I give you an example here. You can see this table. Okay, we have two tables. In this table, here is ID. So the value of the ID column are unique. 所以这里面的指示不能重复的，这里面的指示不能啊，所以你看，好，它就是不能的，所以这个可以当组件。这个组件就是你规定的，所以 when you define the key and the primary key, then the system will check that the duplicate value is not allowed. Okay. 然后呢，我们看这个 foreign key. Here is foreign key. Foreign key actually in this table, this company name or company code. In this table, we ask this column as a primary key, so it's 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. They are unique. But this column can appear in another table. We call it as a foreign key. So a foreign key must be a primary key in another table. Please make noted. Here, the value of a foreign key can be duplicated. 所以你如果这个值是在外键里面的值，这个是可以重复的，00101，这个是 OK 的。但是呢，它出现在这边的话是不能重复，这个是不能重复的。这个叫做 foreign key. And we use the foreign key and the primary key to later on we will use these two keys to join them together, to put them together, to combine these two tables as a bigger one. Okay. So a foreign key in a table must be a primary key of another table. Different tables are related via foreign keys. Note that the values of foreign key can be duplicated. 所以呢，在 foreign key 底下的值是可以重复的，但是呢，它在另外一个表之后，因为它是组件，在另外那个表不能重复。好 ，we can imagine that probably here as a land use. So, and here is not a people as if we think it's a land, different lands. So each land has a land ID and a land use. So this land can be a residential use, another one is residential use, and another one is a commercial, right? So you can duplicate the residential use here. And another table you can describe the residential use, the coverage or floor area ratio, 对不对？它容积建蔽率你都在这边，所以你如果改，比如说住宅区的建蔽率，你只要改这边就好，你不用在这边改。好，所以你只要说，建蔽率，住宅区是什么？建蔽率是多少？你只要这边改一次就好。啊，它自己也会连过去，它会知道哦 ，OK， 这个是住宅区，所以它的建蔽率容积率是这样的意思。Okay. Any question about the primary key and the foreign key? It should be make it very clear. Okay? Next is schema. Schema 我们翻成纲目。Schema Schema is a set of a field name without order and record. 也就是说，这个 field name 简单讲是这样。From here, name to the 就从这个姓名身份证照这个部分 we call this portion as schema. This portion is schema. There's no order between the schemas. 所以这个之间其实谁摆在第一个栏位、第二个栏没有关系的。这个 order 这是没有的，没有 order 的。 而且呢，当我们谈 schema，when we talk about the schema，we don't mention about the record， 我们不会管 record。好，我们在谈纲目的时候，我们是不谈 record。So a schema is a set of field names without order and records, any record. The object of database design is schema instead of records. 所以我们在做资料库的设计，我们谈的 database design， 我们做资料库设计，其实设计是在设计它的 schema， 不是设计 content 那个 record。因为你有时候你在做那个资料库设计，其实都还没有值啊，对不对？你根本不知道谁会这个里面谁会进来。比如说这个是学校的，比如说学生的资料，对不对？你怎么知道谁会考进成大，谁会什么时候毕业？你不晓得。所以你在做资料库设计的时候，你不会去管底下的 value。When you design a database, the only thing you have to consider is a schema. Okay? So as a matter of fact, it may be no record when a database is designed. For example, the schema of upper type table here in the following figure is denoted as the name, staff ID, age. 好，所以我们用 parentheses， 就是那个括号，左括号跟右括号，这个呢是一个 schema. This is a schema. We represented the schema, and the field name is no order. Yeah, so actually you can change the order. It doesn't matter. And the company ID here is a foreign key for the upper table, while it is the primary key of the lower table. 所以这个 company ID 在这里是 foreign key, and here is the primary key. Okay. So it's the best idea or some best definition of the database. 到这里没有问题了哈。好，这次的作业会稍微多一点。So homework. We have the two tables. One is, we call it, the table name is student, another one is class. The schema of the student is name, student name, age, here, class ID. And the schema of the class is class ID, chief, 这个是班长，不知道班长怎么讲哈，导师，这个 teacher in charge, number of students. Please indicate the primary keys, probably one or two keys, and the following keys for these two tables with your reason. So you must explain the reason why you indicated some field as the primary key. And actually, I just would like to remind you a question. Does class have any foreign key? 就是你前面就光看这样啊，光看这样，你看这个 class 为什么是这里面是不是有 foreign key? You can answer yes or no, but you must give me an explanation. Okay, homework 2. Please design a set of transportation schema and indicate their primary and foreign keys. You can design your own database for the transportation application, and you indicate the primary and the foreign keys. There are two homeworks too. Two homeworks. Okay, next we will explain the basic principle for the database, relational database operation. Okay, we will have a big table. You can imagine you have a big table. The big table includes every attribute or every items field you want to know or you want to record. So you can just like Excel, right? You may have a very big Excel table and put all the field name here, right? You can do it this way. But